Okay, here we go. Back in the day, part 2. This is Fairleigh Dickinson University's parking lot. It's the park and ride lot. And this video was taken on a Saturday when there are no cars in the parking lot, just our RC cars. Look down at the end here on the right hand side and you'll see a hairpin turn and some white spots on the pavement. That's white cardboard that we have taped over some potholes down there to make the turn nice and smooth for the cars. That's Bill Latimer's gunslinger car going around the curve. There's my car, Keith Foster. And you should see Bill Fulson on here somewhere. He's in most of the races. Fulson comes to the parking lot early with his leaf blower and blows the small pebbles off the pavement so our cars can have a nice smooth surface to ride on. You can hear the drivers calling out the races, calling out the laps as they go around. This is probably a 10-lap race. Back in the day, this is what I call living large. We had a wonderful time. I think you just saw one of the drivers standing on a milk crate so he could get a better view of the whole racetrack. Right there, you can just barely see it. Far too many crack-ups, as you can see. We need practice. Unfortunately, our dear friend Bill Latimer has passed away. I'm sorry that he's not able to share these moments with us. He was a good competitor and a good friend. We miss him. Cars on the backstretch, they're getting up to almost 38 miles an hour. You'll see a sudden burst of speed from the cars from time to time. That's a result directly of our study of physics and aerodynamics and thermodynamics. This is the first video I've made with this new camera. I don't know how long the video will last. I hope it'll last an hour.
I can stop laughing. Oh.
The camera operator with her big mouth. Oh, somebody had a crack up. Yeah, that was me. Obviously not paying attention. So look at Latimer just crawling across the finish line. It was living large. You had a great time. This was taken in 1988 or 89. Probably 89. So that's a good 23 years ago. And I still have my cars. And they still run. The batteries still operate. I put the batteries in storage by putting a diode on each one. And they stayed at low voltage for many years. Some did not work well, but most worked very functioned very well. So each week we would film these races, and then use a stopwatch to time them from one point to another and determine how fast the cars are actually going. Top speed we ever reached was 38, and you could probably guesstimate that when they come across the finish line they're doing about 30. Because it's full speed from that turn to the finish line. Shortly after this was filmed, our get-together, the Garden State Racing Association, was featured in the Bergen Record newspaper. They gave us the front page of the Sunday insert, and sure enough, the following week there were 150 people out here on this very parking lot, all with RC cars, all wanting to race at once. I lost my voice yelling at people. Now here's a slow motion replay of that the cars going across the finish line. You see one car go behind the other one and sneak up there and nip them at the finish line. But anyway, the 150 people all wanted to race at the same time. We only had 12 available frequencies, and you know only one car can use a frequency at one time, so it was utter chaos. I was glad we were featured in the newspaper, but I was not pleased with that turnout of 150 people all wanting to run the show and take over our lot. They gradually diminished and didn't show up in future weeks. We continued to have fun for the rest of the summer. So I'm going to post this on YouTube if I can get it from the camera into the computer and from the computer up to YouTube, so people interested in RC can see how much fun it actually is and see that it can be fun, that most parking lots are adaptable. On-road, on-pavement racing is just as challenging as off-road. A lot of people like off-road work. I think that on-road is a little bit more demanding, I believe, in my judgment. We also want to encourage our young people to get involved in this. One of the troubles with young people is that they love to see crashes, and when you got $400 or $500 wrapped up in one of these RC cars, you don't really want to see them crash. So we try to encourage our young people to get involved, and in order to run the cars on the weekends, we required them to participate in our newsletter, either by writing articles, drawing pictures, helping out with timing the vehicles on the replays, and anything to make them know that they had some input into the organization and some responsibility. And I will say that the young people who did get involved turned out to be great remote control drivers. I think what I'll do is, I think since this is all races for one particular day and there's only 2 cars out there, I'm going to stop the tape and let the master tape run until we get some more cars on the track. So stand by.